Hi everybody, it's Enrica, and today is Monday, June 25th, 2012. Tomorrow's my actual weigh-in date, so I'm not here today to make a video to talk about weight or numbers or diet or any of that. I'll do that tomorrow. But there's a couple of things that I have on my chest, I guess, stuff that's kind of bothering me, something that happened yesterday that I wanted to talk about and kind of get it out there. Um, if anybody's experiences experiencing this, I'd really love some feedback or comments or suggestions, um, anything. But anyway, I don't know at what point I started to feel like this whole process was a lot more difficult emotionally than it is physically. I mean, not to say it's not difficult physically. I'm not downplaying that part of it at all. It is. But, I've found that I've been able to challenge myself a lot better physically than I have emotionally. So anyway, a couple months back at a support group meeting, my nurse, and I've talked about her before, I had brought up that issue and how I have a hard time when people seem to call me out on things. I don't know why. Maybe it'll make sense after I explain. To kind of justify why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm still losing weight, why I'm not just stopping and saying, okay, this is enough, I've lost weight, I'm done with this. But anyway, I'm having that problem. There's a couple of people in my immediate, life, family members who, for the most part, I get awesome support. I get really great support. I don't require it. I don't ask of it. I don't demand that everybody be supportive and, you know, um, be my cheerleader. If people are happy for me, that's great. But I'm strong enough that I don't need everybody. It's great. It's awesome, and I would love to have it. But if people aren't happy with the choices that I made, that's just the way it is. I'm not going to please everybody, and I definitely didn't do this to please anyone. I did it for myself, for health reasons. Having said that, like I said, I have a few people in my immediate family that aren't very supportive, and not just not supportive, they're very vocal and negative. And the more weight I lose, the more negative they are. So I brought up this topic. People have given me advice to stop losing weight, to eat more, to try to stretch my stomach out, to plateau and stop where I'm at because I'm fine where I'm at. I don't need to lose any more weight. And I've heard some really negative comments. So when I was talking about this at my support group meeting, my nurse said, what I do is when people give me advice that I really don't like and I don't want to hear, I just say, okay, that's nice. I'll think about that and I'll talk with my doctor about that. And just leave it at that. I don't need to justify myself. And it was really great advice, and I've tried it, and it's worked a couple of times, but yesterday I just really had a very difficult time. I went to visit family, and there was one particular family member who I was talking to, didn't wasn't talking about anything else. They brought up, the surgery and weight loss and everything like that. And I'm happy. I'm not rubbing it in anyone's face, but I'm happy to talk about it if someone wants to ask me. I'm not a judgmental person. I'm not a critical person. I know what it's like when someone goes through some kind of lifestyle change and they go through it to the point where that's all they're about and that's all they talk about. And it can get over, I don't know what the word is, not overwhelming, but it can be a little obnoxious. And I'm not doing that at all. I'm not in anyone's face. And I would never, ever criticize someone, because of what they're eating or what they're doing or what weight they are. I know what I wanted to do for myself. I criticize myself and my lifestyle choices. I don't have any comments about anybody else. Um, anyway, so I was sitting there, and this person asked me, how things were going, how much weight I had lost, and so I started talking about that. And so she asked me, "So you're done, right? You've reached your goal weight." And this isn't a conversation that was new. I mean, it's happened before. So I said, "No, I'm not done. I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit more than halfway through it, but no, I'm not done by any means." And so she just said, "Well, what do you mean? How much weight do you want more to lose? And I said, well, for me, at least 50. I'd be happy with 50, grateful for 50. My body's going to stop wherever it needs to stop, wherever it's healthy. But, whatever happens, happens, as long as I'm being healthy and I'm exercising. And she just tore me apart. She said that I wasn't the same person that I was before, that I've become someone totally different, that I don't look the same, I don't act the same, I don't talk the same. And it hurt. It really hurt to hear. Anyway, I wasn't feeling this emotional about it before I started talking, but it just kind of comes out. She said I didn't even look like my siblings anymore. I didn't resemble my dad or my mom or our brother and sister. And it was just very, I don't know why it was so hurtful. She said that it was getting to the point where I didn't look well anymore, which is crazy. I mean, I'm not being unhealthy. I'm not doing anything, without even talking to my dietitian and my nurse. So I know I'm not being unhealthy. But it really hurt to hear those comments. And so I said, well, I'm doing this for my health. I'm not doing it for vanity, and I'm not being vain when I lose weight. I'm not saying I want to lose 20 more pounds because I need it and I need to look better. I'm doing it because I really want to improve my quality of life health-wise. So the comment that she came back with that was that I was brainwashed, that my doctor has brainwashed me on what I think normal is or should be, and that I'm just weak. I'm just taking what everybody tells me and going with that instead of what I feel is best for me. Totally unwarranted, totally untrue. I put a lot of time and effort and research and thought into the whole process, and I have been analyzing my actions every day since before I had surgery, since my doctor first mentioned it to me that I should have surgery. So I never jumped into any of this without thinking, and I never did any of it because I wanted to look better and more perfect in anyone's eyes. So that is what's getting me down, and I know that, I'm grateful to have some people that I can go to and talk to when I'm down like this, and they give me a little bit of they kind of ground me, to say, well, don't give it any more thought than you should, but it still hurts. I'd like to think that I'm a strong enough person, but if my skin was armor, I definitely have my fair share of chinks. And one of the things that I know I need to work on is self-esteem. I mean, I know that since before. I'm doing it, but there are still weak points, and I just hate it when someone sees that in you, that weak point in you, that vulnerability, and they attack it for whatever reason, for whatever they're going through, for whatever point in their life that they're not happy with. I don't know if it makes that person feel better to tear me down. I don't know. Anyway, I just have to refocus and think about what I'm doing and tell myself I'm being successful, I'm making the right choices, I'm going to be a happier, healthier person. I already am. So I need to focus on that and not just what people say, because there's always going to be someone out there that has really horrible thoughts. And you know what? I don't care if people have horrible thoughts about me. I really don't. If I've done something wrong, if I'm a horrible person, I will own up to it. But if it's unwarranted, keep it to yourself. That's all that I ask, especially of family, especially of people that, I've known all my life, most of my life. So anyway, having gotten that out, and I do feel better now that I got out, I'll end on a happier note. There is one awesome thing that I've come across. Part of it was because I was feeling so down. I clean when I'm down, or when I'm stressed, or when I'm really upset about something. So what I chose to do, which was a project, was go through all my drawers, all my closet, tear it, gut it, really be very realistic about what clothes fits me anymore and what just does not fit me anymore, because I'm still trying to wear like safety pins and things like that, but those kind of belts over stuff to kind of scrunch stuff up. So I just told myself, okay, I'm a teacher and I have the summer off, and I have like another, I'd say, month and a half. No, maybe a little bit longer than that, than till I go back to school. Probably 2 months. So by then, 2 months from now, there's no way I'm going to fit into anything that I was wearing at the end of the school year. So I'm going to need a whole new work wardrobe. And I'm happy with that. I actually like buying new clothes. I know it's expensive, and I know people have very altered opinions, varied opinions about, buying new clothes along the path of the weight loss journey. For me, it's a motivator. I like fitting into something smaller. I like wearing clothes that are a little bit more body conscious now, and that's something that never, I felt. I always wore clothes that were very, very baggy. So anyway, I told myself, okay, I'm going to go through my closet. I haven't given away anything or thrown away anything since I've lost weight, and I've gone through multiple sizes. I started off at a size 28, and right now I'm a size 16. So I really have gone through a wide gamut of clothes. So anyway, I kept setting it aside. I have a friend who works for a homeless shelter, and he's always said, set the clothes aside. We can more than use it. And I've been doing that. And then I still want to do that, but I also was recently in Albuquerque. I visit there often. My dad lives there. And there was this clothing store, and I've heard about it before. I've never actually gone in. It's called Buffalo Exchange. I looked into it. It's actually a chain. It's throughout the U.S. So people out there, men and women, you might want to look into this. They are just what it says. It's a clothing exchange. They accept clothes. I called. They accept plus size clothes. They don't accept everything. Of course, you take what you have in, and they will tell you what they'll accept based on what they have and what they need and what they think will sell. And then they give you money for it. They'll either give you cash back, or you can trade it for clothes that they have, and they give you a higher value, which is a great concept if you're going to buy their clothes that they have. And it's like used clothes, lightly used clothes. They do have new clothes. They also have like vintage clothes. It's really cool. It's kind of like a consignment shop, but you get that money then instead of waiting until it sells. So anyway, what I did was I started going through my clothes, and I made two piles. Clothes that I just really don't think are, I wouldn't, to me they're rags. Sorry, some stuff is like torn, and stuff that I'd, wear around the house, or I'd dye my hair and I'd wear that shirt, or, I'd paint and something. So, and then everything else that I am planning on sometime in August, going back and seeing if it sells, however much I can get for it. And hopefully I can get a new wardrobe with it. And what doesn't sell, I'm still going to be giving to the homeless shelter, but I really feel good about what I'm going to do. I would like to give it all away. I mean, that would be the really good Samaritan thing to do, but buying clothes is very, very expensive. So I'm going to be a little bit selfish in this and try to get some of the money back for clothes for me, and give some away. So anyway, like I said, I'll put the website down here. If you guys want to look into it. Like I said, it's not just in Albuquerque. I don't think they have any stores in Texas. That's the only bad thing. I'll look again, but they're all throughout West Coast to East Coast. They're spread out really well. So hopefully, if you don't have one in your city or your hometown, it'll be close by. For me, Albuquerque's 3 hours away, so it's a doable drive. I visit several times, so I'm looking forward to that. And with that said, I'm going to focus on the positives instead of the negatives. And the negatives really aren't so much in me. It's stuff that I'm facing from other people, but that's okay. That's what I need to learn to deal with. Part of my whole thing is learning how to deal with criticism and just saying, I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm all about helping other people reach their goals as well. So anyway, for all of you out there, please feel free to share if you're going through anything similar. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what your struggles are and how you're feeling about this, and whether you see some little resistance out there to what you're going through as well. So have a great day, and I hope you guys are doing great.